Hello ladies, hello gents. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Mira Skinner, and on today's video, we are going to be talking about how to make someone fall for you. But before we jump right into this video, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell. That way you know when we have new uploads, and also do not forget to share this video with your friends and family so that they can also get to know what we're doing here. Sharing is caring. Always remember that. So guys, first off, let us normalize making people understand how we truly feel about them and how we see them. Gone are the days when women play hard to get, or when women make men to understand that they don't even find them attractive. It is okay for you to make a man to understand that you find him attractive. It is okay to make a man to understand that down the line you guys have a chance at a relationship. But first you gotta, get to know each other, get to know the likes and dislikes and all those good stuff before getting into a relationship with them. That way they understand that when they are in the chasing phase, they know that, okay, there is a possibility. Doesn't mean that you're giving them all the green flags. No, it means that there is a possibility that this person is actually interested in me as well, and we can build a relationship together. You're not playing hard to get doesn't mean that you don't have virtues. It doesn't mean that you're cheap. It doesn't mean that you don't have class. It just means that you know what you want and you know how to go about it. That makes you even look better. Because I have seen so many cases where women are behaving like, oh, I don't like this guy. I don't even want to talk to him. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't even want a man. But then when this man has chased and chased and chased and successfully got them to be with them, then they just let loose. They lose all their guards, they lose everything. Then they become a doormat. But if you had approached this differently, you will show yourself as someone who is worthy. Because I've come to realize that there are many women who don't even know their standards. They don't even know that they have to have values. They don't even know that they have to have the standards. And because they have not taken that time out to set out these values for themselves, then there is no way that they can know that, okay, these are the kind of things that I can accept and these are the things that I don't accept. Because if you're able to define what you are and who you are, then getting somebody to fall for you is going to be easy peasy. It's going to be something that you're going to knock it out of the park. This brings us to the first point. The number one way to make a man to fall for you, and this will work even with the opposite sex. This is working also to get a woman to fall for you. But we are sticking with a man in this context. You have to master the art of communicating your standards. When you're the woman who knows your standards, when you define them, then you'll be able to pass this on to somebody clearly. But the way in which you communicate your standards, it matters. So know your standards and know how to communicate them, right? Let's take, for example, this scenario. You go out with this person on a date and you guys are having a good time. You guys are talking, you guys are chatting, you guys are laughing. And when all is said and done, you get to the car and he's like, do you want to come home with me? What are you going to do at this point? What would you say? How would you react? So we have a scenario of three women, right? Woman A should be like, are you kidding me? Are you crazy? Do you think that because I went out with you and because I know my standards to be with you and I'm going to go back right home with you? No, I cannot do that. That is not what I do. What do you even take me for, asking me to come back home with you on the first date? I cannot do that. That is not me. Now, see the way she went about it. She has standards, but how did she communicate it? Because sometimes when you're talking to somebody, they're not hearing what you're saying. First and foremost, they are getting your tone. It's a tone that comes across before what you even say. We go to the next one, woman B. She's like, she has a standard. She doesn't want to go home with this man. But because she likes this man and she finds this man attractive, she's scared to lose this man. She feels like if she doesn't bend to the man's way, she's going to lose the man. So look at what she does. She says, I really had some things to do at home, but it's okay. I could just come over for a bit. Now, this man is already looking at you like, oh, you're easygoing. We just went out on the first date and you want to come back home with me. In the woman's mind, she really doesn't want to go. But then she went with this man because she's afraid to lose the man. That is a woman who has not defined her standards and who is cheeky, and this man is going to be like, oh, she's really cheap. And that is how he loses interest in you, because you can go to his place and at the end of the day, you can maybe have sex with him or you can do something else. But then just the fact that you went with him when you really did not want to go, he can reach your body language. Or maybe you can make an excuse and say, oh, I'm not going to go with you because I have to get up early in the morning. Look at it. You haven't gone with him. You made up an excuse. You haven't been yourself, because a man can tell when you're making an excuse. People can always tell, because in their mind they'll be like, oh, is she making an excuse or is she actually doing something in the morning? So you see, those first two people, they've not communicated their standards clearly. Okay, now listen to how woman 3 or woman C addressed the situation. She's like, I really do find you attractive. Now you're telling the man that you find him attractive. Then she went on to say, but it is not my style to go back home with a guy on the first date. But if you are interested, I would love to go out with you again sometime. She knocked the ball out of the park, because she did not only tell this man that he's attractive, she did not only tell this man that she would like to see this man again, but she created that sense of urgency. She created that sense of want, because this man would be like, ooh, she is classy. She got standards, she got style, and she finds me attractive. I definitely want to see her again. So this man now is going to be the one to start chasing you, because he really wants to find time to be with you. He really wants to be with you. He wants to know who you are and what you're about. That is how you get a man to fall for you head over heels, because you're throwing, like, you know how they say you throw your can at a chicken and it keeps coming until you get it. That is what you're doing. You're simply putting out the bait for this man to catch it, because you find him attractive, you want to be with him, but you don't want to come off cheap. So we got that point clearly. Now, this leads us to the second point. How do you make a man to fall for you? Don't be too available. Because when you're too available for someone, when you're always in that person's face, you're always in that person's space, you make them lose attraction. You make them find you unattractive, because you're not leaving them a room to miss you. You're not giving them the room to think about you when you're not there. You're not giving them that room to just be free and to know that, okay, there is somebody somewhere that I really want to be with. So I have to find ways to make her be with me. I have to find ways to see that she becomes my person. You understand? So you don't have to be too available. Even if you want to be with this person, you have to make yourself scarce. That is why it is very important for you to have other things that you're doing with your life, because when you're busy, you're naturally now making yourself too available for someone. Because when you make it yourself too available for them, it becomes something that they no longer want to chase you. Because what is the purpose of chasing something that is right there in front of you? There is no need for you to do that. What is the purpose of trying to, come up with ideas or come up with ways to please somebody when they are right there in front of you? Do not make yourself too available. If this man is texting you every second, you don't have to respond every second. You have to leave the room for mystery. Because if this man is texting you and you're going about texting him right immediately just because you feel like if you don't respond, he will text the girl next door, let him go ahead and text the girl next door. He's not the one for you. A man who is for you is going to be the one that he will wait upon you. He will wait for you to respond. And when you do respond, it's not going to be a problem. Let's say, for example, a scenario where you guys have plans, right? And they're not able to make it up. And they'll call you and be like, I'm not going to be able to make it because I have this thing to do. The only thing that you have to say is, okay. You don't have to ask, but you said you were going to do this, you said you were going to do that, now you're canceling and all whatnot. You are being clingy. You are making him feel like you're the kind of lady that nags. Okay, it's enough. You keep him wondering what kind of woman you are, and that's how he falls head over heels for you. This is not being manipulative. This is just you knowing what you want and how to get it. The next point, guys, is to leave sensible comments. This is a wall of social media. I cannot overemphasize this. When you're commenting under this guy's post, you have to come off very smart and funny. Nobody wants anybody who is uptight. Nobody wants to be around someone who thinks that they know everything, you know. So you have to be smart in the way you leave your comments. It doesn't matter if it is under his post or under somebody's post. Be consistent across the board. That way, when the guy sees it, he knows that this is somebody that I want to get to know, because she got something up there, because of the way she speaks in public, of the way she carries herself, because you can tell a lot by someone from their comments. By their comments, you shall know them. So be sensible when you're commenting under his post. I have seen people who have gotten great relationships from one comment. It is very powerful. The next point is you have to shoot your shot. So you meet this guy and you like him, and you know very well that he likes you too. And what you're trying to do is to get him to fall for you. So you have to make yourself desirable. And when I talk about desirable, I do not mean in a sexual way. I mean in the intellectual way and in your appearance, the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, what you do, what you say when you're around him. That way, you know that you are capturing his attention. Because if you're in an environment where he is and you're talking with your girlfriends, or you're talking to him or to any other person, you have to put your best foot forward. Like I said, you have to make sure that the way you communicate, the way you carry yourself, you're always neat, you're always impeccable. And when I talk about impeccable, I don't mean you have to go get all the designers and all the expensive stuff. You just have to look clean and attractive. It is very important, because men are visual, and they look at what is in front of them, and they either like it or they don't. So you have to be attractive. You don't have to be the kind of person who is shabby, or the kind of person who doesn't even take care of themselves. That is not a way to go. The next point, let him make the effort. Because if you are the one always making the effort, then there is no reason for him to make the effort. If you are the one always coming at him, he might find you clingy, or he might find you needy. So you have to let this man make the effort. Let him make the effort of talking to you. Let him make the effort of wanting to be with you. Let him make the effort of setting up a date. You know, let him be the one to lead, because men are hunters. If you become the hunter, then he is not going to fall for you, because he wants to be the one to chase. He wants to be the person that is coming for you, not you, not the other way around. Because when you start being the one who is chasing, you make him feel like, oh, she's already available, so I can go ahead and have her. She's already available, so there is no need for me to want to know her more. There's no need for me to want to know who she is and what she's about. So you have to make sure that you let him chase. Last but not the least, keep an open mind. And I repeat, do not chase. You will be far more attractive when you are secure and happy within your own self. That is where the magic happens. Always listen to your intuition. Do not be anxious to jump the fence and meet all his needs and wants. No matter how drawn you are to him, no matter how much you find him attractive, always stand your guard. That is how you get him to fall for you. When you take the time to know each other and find a happy medium, then you have a chance at a great relationship with this person. If he is not willing to wait for you, if he's not willing to do right by you, if he's not willing to chase you to be the one that is going to lead to be the man, then he is not the one for you. So just let it go and keep it moving. Thank you guys for watching to this video. Please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell. That way you know when we have new uploads. Also, do not forget to comment below and let me know what you want to see on the channel. Which kind of videos do you want us to talk about, and we'll go right ahead and trash them. Thank you guys and have a fab one. Bye.